All right, let's get this show started!
Week 4 of Dana White's Contender Series was a violent one. 10 fighters entered the UFC Apex on Tuesday night with hopes of winning a UFC contract. The UFC CEO and the matchmakers were cage-side for the 3-round war between Sean O'Malley's teammate Tommy McMillan and David McGoyan, which really set the bar for the rest of the episode. White first offered a contract to McMillan after his hard-fought decision win over McGoyan, saying both men will get their win money. McMillan was transported to the hospital post-fight.
Is crazy how nasty this fight was. His head was spun around the other way. I don't know if I've ever, other than Rose Namajunas getting dropped in her head and maybe a couple other times where somebody looks like they're getting spiked and, on their head and, in a scramble in wrestling. I thought somebody's head was gonna fucking pop off like this kid tonight. He didn't tap. Unbelievable.
The UFC boss gave contracts to all the winners except for Eduardo Chapulin, even giving someone he usually wouldn't go for a chance in the big show. Chapulin halted top prospect Antoine Ho by decision. Brother of UFC middleweight and fighting nerd star Michal Oleksiejczuk, Cezary Oleksiejczuk won a UFC contract with a TKO stoppage of former Bellator fighter Theo Haig. In the last fight of the night, deadly striker Jean-Paul Lebosniani slapped Jack Congdon with a head kick before finishing off with a running punch to secure his UFC future. Colby Covington's win column hasn't grown inside the UFC cage lately, but he's still finding ways to dominate. Influencers. In a recent live stream, Covington stepped in against yet another internet personality and dropped him with a body shot, forcing him to vomit on camera.
Oh fuck. Alright, welcome to my world, bro. Now, we're wearing these today.
No, get the Hey, get those gloves off, man. Oh!
What, baby? You can't come to my arena and expect to do good against me. Come on. There's levels to this. There's a top level and then there's Colby's level. Go get a towel, go get a towel. Go get a towel over there.
It's not a good idea to challenge a UFC fighter that's also a champion.
You know, you couldn't land a punch and you started throwing up when I hit the liver.
Later in the stream, Covington reacted to Tony Ferguson's long-awaited win over the weekend, his first in more than 6 years. While Colby held back from his usual trash talk and gave Tony credit for the victory, he still encouraged El Cucuy to retire, saying it was the right time to walk away on a high note.
I think we're friends. I don't know, it went so many different ways. We were friends, we were enemies, we were friends, and then we were enemies again. It was just, but Team USA, brother, you know, happy for him. Super congratulations to Tony for actually winning a fight. You know, even though it was against some influencer that has no combat sports experience, a win's a win. My advice to Tony is, you know, quit while you're ahead and ride off in the sunset. Go enjoy time with your family, brother. If you get back in there again, you're going to get hurt. And no one wants to see you get hurt, Tony, because we like you. No more hits to the head and no reason to give Ducklip Gagey a run for his money for King of CTE.
Michael Bisping is giving credit where it's due, even to Dillon Danis. Following Danis' quick submission victory over Warren Spencer at Misfits Boxing 22, where he secured the win in just 15 seconds, Bisping shared his thoughts in the latest episode on the Believe You Me podcast. Despite their history of back and forth jabs over the years, Bisping praised Danis' performance, calling it impressive and admitted he'd actually like to see Danis test himself against top-level competition in the UFC.
Yes, well, because I was going to go in order. We were going to talk about Tony Ferguson, but we're talking about Dillon. He DM'd me a while ago, giving me shit, and I just wanted to remind myself what he said. So I looked at it. He's got 6 million Instagram followers, right? I don't know if he's bought a ton of those or what, but he's got a healthy following. And the question that I'm going to ask is, because I don't know if you saw it, Paul, but he tapped his opponent out in 15 seconds.
I saw.
Which, regardless, whatever you want to say about him or whatever, it was impressive. I mean, the guy made a stupid mistake being a boxer and then like kind of dipping his head and kind of half shooting. Of course, Dillon's going to wrap it up, but even still, very, very high level skill. The question that I'm going to ask you, Paul, is, because this is what he's pushing for, do we want to see Dillon Danis in the UFC? I'll say, I kind of do.
I don't.
Ben Askren appears to be making remarkable progress after a terrifying battle with pneumonia and a severe staph infection that nearly cost him his life. Following a double lung transplant, Askren was left unable to walk and struggled even to speak. Now, in a new video shared by his wife Amy, the former fighter is seen jogging, a powerful reminder that even the toughest setbacks can be overcome.
Look at you, let's go, son.
Awesome. Okay, have a seat.
What do I get?
15 laps.
That's it.
Alexander Volkanovski may be waiting for his next title defense, but that hasn't stopped him from having some fun, particularly at the expense of one of his biggest fans. Recently, Volkanovski teamed up with the Unscripted show to prank the show's video editor, Ben, a die-hard Volk supporter who got the chance to grapple with his longtime idol. But the impromptu grappling match was part of a brutal prank on Ben. Thanks to Volk and the rest of the show's staff, Volkanovski faked suffering a neck injury, sending Ben into a panic.
Big Ben! Hey, come on! Come on, Ben! What's up, Ben?
Yeah, just the neck. Oh, sorry. Nah, that's not your fault. I just got a cortisone in it.
You got less? Jordan,
Can
you move, bro?
Nah, it's my fault, I was shooting. I shouldn't have done that.
Are you sure? Yeah, it's all good.
Boy, Josh, call his manager.
Volk's injured his neck. What do you want us to do?
The nerve down the arm.
Volks, can you come speak to him for a second?
He was so calm, bro. He was so calm.
The ongoing tension between Rampage Jackson and MMA Guru just escalated further. On a recent stream, MMA Guru brought up a 2008 incident involving Rampage, reading an article that alleged Jackson was involved in a hit-and-run crash that injured a pregnant woman. Rampage responded during a Tuesday livestream, directly addressing Guru's comments. He accused the YouTuber of crossing the line and claimed that he had left me open for defamation, strongly implying that legal action could be on the table. Now, Guru has fired back on X, writing, Rampage Jackson on stream earlier said that me reading this news article about him while live left me open for defamation, insinuating that he would sue me. I thought this whole thing would end with him calling me out to a fight. I thought more of him as a man. What a bitch. Ariel Helwani has added his 2 cents on the Raja Jackson Psycho Stew incident. Speaking on the latest episode of his YouTube show, Helwani revealed that Rampage Jackson actually invited him to be on the stream the same day the drama unfolded. Helwani, who was on vacation in Italy at the time, declined, and in hindsight, he's glad he did.
And he was in New York and wanted to meet up, and I was like, ah man, you know, it would have been fun, we could have done something, but I'm in Italy, I'm sorry. Thank God I was not there, because I mean, thank God is maybe a little bit strong, but it was that night that the whole thing with his son at this pro wrestling event happened. And then, of course, there he is on his stream reacting to it all. There's an alternate universe where I'm sitting next to him as he's reacting to all of this. And Lord knows, I did not want to be a part of any of that.
Helwani didn't hold back, calling the whole situation a shitstorm of stupidity and placing blame on everyone involved, though he noted that Raja Jackson sits at the top of the mess.
I watched a little bit of it, and then I said, I'm not going to get into this. And then I watched all of it over the past 48 or so hours, all the footage, all the reaction, listened to everyone, an absolute shitstorm of stupidity. I mean, even calling it a shitstorm of stupidity is being kind. And it starts with Raja himself. What he did and the way he acted was absolutely insane. He deserves anything that is going to come his way, and as of now, it's nothing. As of now, he hasn't been charged, he hasn't been arrested, he hasn't been anything. And I don't know if he's going to be, and far be it for me to sit here and be like, that was first degree this. And I've seen people weigh in on like what it is. I'm no fucking lawyer, I'm no fucking officer. What I know is that it was absolutely stupid what he did. But it doesn't just start and end there. Everyone involved was involved in this shitstorm of stupidity. And every single person has some sort of level of blame. He's at the very, very top.
Jon Jones has once again avoided legal consequences following his most recent run-in with the law. Prosecutors have dismissed all charges against the former UFC 2 Division champion, who allegedly fled the scene of a car accident February 21st in his hometown of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Jones was facing 2 charges stemming from the incident, one for leaving the scene of an accident and another for use of telephone to terrify, intimidate, threaten, harass, annoy, or offend. But upon further review, the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office found reason to believe Jones's alibi defense is credible, according to court documents obtained by TMZ. Jones has now released a statement writing, "I want to begin by thanking the District Attorney's Office for carefully reviewing the facts and ultimately vindicating me completely. I have always believed in the importance of truth and fairness, and I am grateful that the evidence spoke for itself. The simple fact is this: I was never there. I never even left my house that night, and all the evidence proved that. In this case, there was a rush to judgment before any real evidence was gathered. I understand that, in the court of public opinion, the allegations may have seemed believable, especially given my past mistakes. But by the time these claims were made public, I had just retired from competition, and that moment was stolen from me by someone who made false accusations to avoid a DWI and any real accountability. I sincerely hope that this individual is held responsible by Albuquerque's law enforcement. They not only disrupted my retirement, but also made our police department appear negligent in the process. It is deeply troubling that, in today's world, a single false accusation can take so much away from someone before any evidence is even considered." While the charges may be dropped, the court of public opinion is far less forgiving. Fans in the comments were furious with the outcome. One fan wrote, "Man, this dude always gets caught up in some legal shit he had nothing to do with somehow. We heard the audio, Jon. We know it was you. You just have a well-established legal team with lots of experience of avoiding legal trouble for yourself. Presume this fell under impossible to prove 100%, but in reality, we all heard the audio and know it was you. Unfortunately, common sense doesn't hold up in a court of law." Another wrote, "I mean, a rush of judgment? It's not like this is your first rodeo. No Bible quotes? Won't be the last. We'll hear about you again in 6 months, Jon. Double my charges and give them to Raja." Another commented, "No God mention. Interesting. I have always believed in the importance of truth and fairness. Is that why you popped for steroids half a dozen times? Somebody got paid. Watch the arrest footage. Jones threatens the officers, then after the officers see the numbers in Jon's phone, they immediately started acting different. Pass it on. And what about threatening that cop's life? LMAO. Proof that as long as you have money, you can get away with anything." Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by Dry64. Number 2 meme was posted by Robert. And number 1 meme was posted by Fight Sport Focus. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest MMA news.